What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope you're having a great morning. This is the show that's on in the morning. If you didn't know, everybody knows.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now you know. We've got a very interesting show here for you today. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a special announcement for the Florida Man Games. That's exciting. Announcements coming week by week here, which is great. We have got some commissioner drama.
Yeah, what's that about?
Oh, boy, a lot going on at the county commission. Everybody's suing each other. Mm-hmm. Everybody's suing each other. It's crazy.
Can't we all just get along?
Well, especially our leaders.
Right.
Especially our leaders, man. But house divided, I guess, out there at the county commission. So we will talk a little bit about that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we'll talk a little bit about Serenata Beach Club.
Oh, that was messy yesterday.
There's a lot going on there, right?
Right.
And I'm sure there is a fuller story than even most people know.
Yeah, that's kind of, as I'm reading the information and stuff, I was like, what's the real story?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Receipts,
Yeah.
timeline, proof. That's big in pop culture right now, those three words. Heather Gay from...
So we will talk about Serenata Beach Club. Full disclosure, we don't know what the hell's going on with it either.
No, I'm reading it and I'm still like...
It's very messy. There's a lot to uncover there.
There's a lot to uncover. There's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. There's investors. There's just a lot happening out there. There's people who have paid dues that are just like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm. People that own condos.
Yeah.
What does that mean? There was a lot very vague in that letter yesterday.
Yeah. Yes. And then we'll talk about city closures.
Oh, great.
And Florida Department of Transportation.
Perfect. Just a hot topic kind of a day.
Just a lot, man. We got a huge music list, of course. It is the day for that.
Nice. Nice.
It's very close. Very close. I think I will never mess that up again.
Ever?
Never.
Name it and claim it. Let's manifest the greatness.
Never.
Let's do it.
I think I am past that, man.
Yes.
28 is your record, I believe, right now. So
Was I not at 30? Did I not get to 30?
You were just under 30. I have it written down here. Yeah, I think it was 28.
What am I at now? 3?
You were at 3.
Okay.
no pressure.
No pressure at all. All right. Let's get into it, shall we? Mm-hmm. We will start with the world famous The Florida Man Games presented by Flowgrown. You can challenge your friends in the Florida Sumo, the Log Slammer, the 70-foot obstacle course out there, or the Mechanical Gator. Mechanical Gator. I'm going out to try that Mechanical Gator. You know I was supposed to do that this week, but the storm kind of messed us up.
Of course.
Of course. On the day that I was going to go out and mess around with a mechanical alligator.
Oh, is that a sign? What are we supposed to take? How are we supposed to take that?
No, that's not a sign. It's going to be there.
Okay.
Damn it.
Good.
Along with just some great stuff all day long, man. It's going to be a day of wildness and weirdness and muddiness and
A lot of this.
Nis.
a lot of ness.
Just how we
a
like
lot
it.
of nissness. There's going to be a lot of nissness there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confirming 28. Yes, I did take a picture.
Oh, look at that.
of it.
Okay,
Yes.
28. Great,
28.
thank
We
you.
got that.
Big shout out to our local sponsors as well. Ripley's, Atlantic Marine, Power Sports, SDA, Prohibition Kitchen, and our friends at Amp Hardcore Gym. If you're going to get a gym membership, buy a ticket to the Florida Man Games and you get a free gym membership. Absolutely. If you are training for the Florida Man Games, you get an even longer free gym membership. Make sure you get all trained up for this thing, man.
Great gym.
So our local team, Hanky Spanky, you've got free gym memberships out there, all of you guys.
You better go.
So get out there and train. You know, sometimes training for the Florida Man Games is just drinking more beers than usual, honestly.
It could be true.
Yeah, it could be working out or drinking more.
Not at the same time, but separate times.
No,
Please and thank
that's
you.
a
Yeah.
recipe for disaster.
Oh, yes.
When you spill on the treadmill. I mean, there are cup holders there. So, I mean, I don't understand why they're there if you can't have a beer.
I have taken several shots of tequila on the bike, and I'm going to tell you right now, not a good idea.
the way to go.
No, not the way to go.
The way to go.
Not a good form. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
In my younger days, I would play and have a couple of drinks.
Right now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to get a little loosey-goosey. Yeah.
It's just not the move right now. You just can't do it.
No.
Yeah, I threw up at
Can't
home
do it
plate
past
one.
a certain age.
Yeah.
I threw up at home plate one time.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. They call it home
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It was too long a break in between games
Clean up on aisle.
and too much
home run.
shots. Yeah, catcher was not happy.
No, I guess.
Not happy. I
no.
covered it up with dirt.
You didn't
Yeah,
catch it?
well, he still had to smell it the rest of the game. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The dirt doesn't do much for that. So go to the FloridaManGames.com. We will have our announcement up there today. on our next famous Florida man.
Perfect.
This was great. Actually, I can probably get that out of the way now on the show. I guess this isn't the official announcement, but it's the day we can make it. We can tell people about it.
Well, I'm really ready. So, yeah.
So this is the official announcement, I guess, for our friends here on the 904 Now.
All
and
right.
the rest of the world will get the official announcement on our Instagram page, at the Florida Man Games. But so I am very excited to announce someone who's somewhat local, someone who is a legendary Florida man.
Davey
Actually. Do what?
Davey Hartzell.
Of course.
Well, Davey Hartzell, a legendary Florida man, sure.
Will be there.
Yeah. Troy, you're kind of a legendary Florida man as well.
Absolutely.
But this guy went mega viral for what he did during a hurricane a few years ago.
Oh.
I'm sure you guys all remember. I want to say it was around 2016, 2018 maybe. But Lane Pittman.
Lane Pittman,
Jacksonville guy. A lot of people may not know. Well, some people may not know the name. A lot of people do, because when we posed the question, like, what do you think of when you think of Florida man? So many people answered Lane Pittman. He is the guy who went out there in like short shorts and with the American flag and was headbanging in the middle of the hurricane.
Yeah.
You guys remember the picture of that guy,
I
right?
see him,
Yes. So he is the Hurricane Slayer himself.
Awesome.
Lane Pittman is going to be out there, and what's he going to be doing? Well, of course, he's going to be singing our national anthem.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yes. So that's going to be great. He will also be competing in the Florida Man Games.
Front and center, really?
Yep. We have got one of the most...
What's his team name? Or does he have one?
Not revealing that yet. Not revealing that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to, isolate him,
But so we will have a genuine, bona fide Florida man with his team there at the Florida Man Games, and also participating by singing the national anthem. I hear he does a really awesome rendition of the national anthem.
I was going to ask, have we even heard him sing? I mean, we're not...
I don't even need to.
Yeah.
Don't even need to.
Yep.
He headbanged with an American flag in the middle of a hurricane. That's good enough for me.
About passion.
I don't want a Roseanne Barr situation. I'm sorry.
Well, it's the Florida Man Games, Troy.
Should I bring the auto-tune?
Yes, please.
No, he's got a band. He actually has a band.
Oh, he's in a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plays
Okay.
guitar.
Okay.
He rocks
All right.
out, man. He rocks out, man. So excited, very, very excited to have Lane Pittman in there at the Florida Man Games.
And
one of the most notable Florida men.
Kenny, I was just about to say the odds in Vegas put him as the front runner in the mullet contest.
Oh, doesn't really. It kind of has long hair, but I don't know if it's technically a mullet.
Oh, if you got long
if
hair,
it's-
you can make it a mullet. In a
I guess
day.
you can.
You
Yeah,
can make it a
Short in
mullet.
the
You can-
front and party in the back, right?
can-
That's the only rules, right?
You can make it a mullet in a day.
I got to tell you, he put out a great tease on his Instagram a couple of days ago. Okay. I don't know if you guys saw the
I did
video
see
we
it,
posted to the
yes.
Florida Man Games, but
It's actually really
great.
super cool.
yeah, it was filmed very, very well.
Very well.
It looks like a movie trailer.
Right?
I mean, it really does, man. Apparently, he's a great videographer, too. You know who told me he was a great videographer was Chris Shea has worked with him before on video
Really?
projects. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
very cool. So excited to have Lane Pittman, OMG It's Wicks, and more that we're going to tell you about next week.
And more?
And more. Not Mandy Moore.
Oh,
Although I believe she is from Orlando.
I want candy.
So that's very, very exciting. We'll make that official announcement on the Instagram page a little bit later. So there you go. I'm pumped about that. Also pumped about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're going to have a bunch of big trucks out there for you to check out. They brought a beautiful Bronco out there to Jimmy Jam.
It was the red one, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome looking.
I was driving next to it out on the road coming in, and I couldn't tell at first. I thought it was one of the classic Broncos.
Yeah.
Had a great
it was a little bit
cherry
more
red paint
extended,
job.
right? Was a little bit bigger.
Oh yeah.
It looked awesome.
But it looked beautiful, man. That was the best looking Bronco I think I've ever seen.
Truth.
Great with the white pinstripe and the white top on it. Beautiful looking vehicle. So they're going to have some great trucks out there for you to check out and experience. And they've been here for 75 years. You got to check them out. New pre-owned vehicles. They got them all down there. You can grab a signature burger at Ford's Garage while you're there. They've got the home delivery. If you want to just do all your stuff online from Bozard Ford Lincoln, you can, and they'll just bring it out to you when you buy it. You just never have to see the dealership if you don't want to. I always say it. I'm a dealership guy. I want to go there. I want to touch it. I want to experience it. But not everybody has to do that.
Kick the tires.
kick the tires a little bit.
Got to kick
Hook a
tires.
trailer up to it and drag a trailer around a little bit. Yeah.
Next bollocks. Why do we kick the tires?
Bozard Ford linking your family's their family, and they're driven to inspire.
Yep.
Also, shouts to Fidus Roofing, Great Expectations, Realty and Auction, Cheba Hut Toasted Sub, St. Augie's Pizza, BHF Insurance, Amara Med Spa, Griffin Service, Chris Lucero, Bail Bonds, and Willow Mane, who we'll talk about a little bit later. But first, good morning, Troy. Good morning, Davey. Good morning, Clay. How you guys doing?
Hey, happy Friday.
There it is. It is officially Friday. It's not officially Friday until Troy tells us the day.
Very nice.
Until Davey confirms it.
There it is. Judge and the jury.
Clay, how you doing back there, man?
I'm all right. I slept like an adult last night.
Hey, that's
Grown-up
good.
sleep's the best.
Adult
What time did you
sleep.
go to sleep, Clay?
Probably like 11, and then I woke up at 2.
Oh,
that's
not adult.
that's
Are you
not
kidding me?
sleeping
That's
like
like
an
middle
adult.
school. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not.
Well, I mean, what's
That's
the
sleeping
opposite?
like a baby waking up angry.
Well, I thought they say
Is that a
sleep like
song?
a baby when you sleep good, you know?
Well, yeah, but
Actually,
that's
no,
not
that's,
Oh,
that's
that-
just
well,
bad saying.
That is sleeping like a baby, though.
Sleeping
Babies,
like
that's
a-
a baby sleep schedule.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
wake up hungry and you peed your pants.
Right.
Okay, and I slept like a baby.
Get the rubber sheets.
Correction. Correction.
How are you doing, Pete?
I'm doing well, sir. I'm doing well, sir. I slept about as well as I normally do.
Mike
which is
Davis
not
texted
amazing.
me at 5:30.
In the morning?
Yes.
Does Mike even know you?
He knows I wake up at 6:30. He texted me at 5:30. He texted me and Ellen at the same time in a group text.
Good. He's starting the day.
He responded to a text from like 8 o'clock last night, which probably means he was asleep.
He was asleep at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll wake them up too.
Yeah. Wake, pray,
He's so
slay.
angry about the show last night.
Yeah.
I got a little heated last
it was
night.
an
I
Uncommon
didn't
Ground type
see.
show.
I didn't
It was
see
an
that
uncommon.
one. Yeah.
I think Bobby even dusted off his old uncommon ground cap. You know,
he
and
did.
yeah.
He did. He was wearing it during the show.
Boy, that was a heck of a hat.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a hat.
Red, white, and blue.
Very red, white, and blue.
Patriotical.
Stars all over there, man. A lot of stitching. All right, let's get into it, guys. Question of the day, Troy. That's where we will start.
All right. Question of the day is: what should you pay for lunch, including tip? So, like, what do you think's like a fair amount to pay?
Boy, that's tough these days, and especially because it depends on what you want. If you just want to eat crap,
Right.
then like $12. If you want to eat something that's halfway decent and halfway decent for you, I mean, you're probably spending $35 on one meal.
Right.
If you're going to a restaurant, if you're
that's a
going
hell
down
of a
to a
lunch.
sit-down restaurant, well, yeah, but that's the cost now. You know, you cannot order a plate of something for less than $16.99, right? For less than, so that seems like the bottom line on the prices now. But then you get something a little nicer, and you get a drink in there, and you get a side, and you're out there at $35
That's why
for
you got to
one
go
meal.
water.
Water.
Water, oh, I do. I do
Water saves
water.
you $3 right off the bat.
Water saves
I
you,
do
yeah.
water, and I'll still end up paying $35 for lunch sometimes. It's insane.
Yeah, I was gonna go 25 is like the median. I feel, you know, yeah, because we're not drinking booze unless you're like, you know, I don't know, unless it's a special lunch, I should say. But yeah, no, 25. I feel like that's my median.
Okay.
Sticking to it.
Yeah, I'd probably say 25, if you,
Okay.
especially if you add in the going out stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing meal preps for a while, and it was like $10 a meal.
Yeah,
So that's
I'm doing
perfect.
that now. I'm doing one of those now.
Nice.
Did the factor thing, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good. I've been eating those for all week. That's been my meals all week.
And I feel like such a cheap ass right now because my number's like $18, $15 for the lunch and $3 for the tip. And I feel
Where?
Like I feel like a cheap ass.
Yeah, where you go?
Oh, Taco Bell quality.
Oh God, Lord! See, that's yeah. Are you tipping at Taco Bell? That's an interesting move.
Yeah, right? Choice, just making it rain through the
Right,
drive-through
let's
window.
go.
Yeah.
I get great service. No, I mean I think my meal's about $15 and $3 for tip.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I go out, it's like $20 a meal and then $5 tip or something.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to like think. Black Molly was probably the last lunch I went to, and that was about it was about $20.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You just can't get out of there with a good lunch for less than $20.
And that's how you can save money because I eat out way too much.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I eat out way too much. That's how you got to save money is like when you're eating out, you're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like
And
over it.
I don't cook, so it's like I got to get my meals somewhere else, and that's why I did the whole delivered to your house thing.
I can tell you, you can eat at Augie's for lunch for under $18.
Solid.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Still, it's a great
Yep.
meal.
Yep.
He was at Ford's Garage yesterday. I asked him. He hasn't answered me yet if he got the 904 Now burger.
We now go back to you, Troy, for a quick check of the weather.
Drizzly.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by Great Expectations Realty and Auction. They can sell your home, your business, and everything in it. Check them out at geauction.com, gerealty.us. We now go to Clay Blasser for our morning traffic report. Clay?
That's right. And we got to look at the roadways.
Okay, there we go. Again, very desolate this morning on 95.
People are still sleeping, I guess.
I guess so, man.
Because it's drizzly.
It's drizzly.
Drizzly conditions on the weather cam. Traffic cam. Here's the overlook here. There's just 2 police in town, and they're right by where we drove by.
We need more police than 2.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Okay, there's one back in this neighborhood too.
Oh, okay. Lots of
there's a
police.
lot of
Look at
police.
that. When you
Wow.
zoom in, lots of police.
They're right next to the gas station that's never opening.
Dude, that gas station is ridiculous.
Which gas station is that? What are
Right
you
there,
talking
US
about?
1.
The gate right here.
The gate. The one
Oh,
right there. It's got,
right.
I was like, oh man, I can't wait till it's open. And I've been saying that for a
Right.
year.
I forget about that. I don't even see it anymore. Like, I don't even notice it.
I just can't
When I
wait for
drive
the
by.
convenience when it finally does open.
Right. Yeah, so we don't have to go all the way down there to the Circle K or whatever it is.
Looks like there's a neighborhood here. Oh, Crookshank Elementary again.
Okay.
Mayor drop off. Yeah.
We need like a roundabout there, I think.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Stop it,
Here we
Clay.
go.
Stop it.
Oh, actually, there's a roundabout here, and that's not working either.
No, wow, we got to look. Well, that looks like a cul-de-sac.
Whispering Circle.
Yeah.
Oh, it just
Oh,
cleared
Whispering
up.
Circle. That's the
Ooh.
apartments. That's Whispering Woods.
Cleared
That's
up live on air there.
Yeah.
Osceola drop off, yeah.
Oh, now we got King Street.
All right. Yeah, a little busy down there. There's a
That's
train
always-
recently, so maybe that has to do with some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's good call, yeah.
All right. Good deal.
That's pretty much that.
Thank you, Clay, for the morning traffic report. Much appreciated. Brought to us by Amara Med Spa. If you are tired, it is showing on your skin. You need a revival. Look no further than Amara Med Spa. Their unmatched expertise and luxurious ambiance sets them apart and in a league of their own. They provide personalized treatments and rejuvenating facials designed to bring back your youthful radiance. No one in town comes close. You have high standards, and at Amara, so do they. Start your journey to a more beautiful and vibrant you at theamaramedspa.com. Whew, all right. Where do we go first here this morning? What do you guys want to talk about first? Never asked you guys that. What do you guys want to talk about? The
Fighting commissioners.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, the commissioner's one's the one that really kind of sparked my interest because I don't know exactly what's going on with it.
Yeah, what happened
there's
here?
a lot going on. So you remember the censure a month or so ago of Commissioner Krista Keating-Joseph. Commissioners accused Joseph of campaigning on the... What do you call it? The desk? You don't call it the desk. What do you call it?
The dais.
The dais, maybe?
Dais, yeah.
Campaigning from her seat on the county commission,
I
right?
remember this, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a 4-1 vote for that. And the county said they were going to hire attorneys to look into this and see how legal this was, see if there were any laws violated. Now, Commissioner Krista Keating-Joseph has filed a federal lawsuit against her fellow commissioners and State Attorney R.J. Larissa. This action stems from a contentious incident, they say, during a public meeting last November. Wow, this was a couple months ago already? Jesus, November. Where Commissioner Joseph made comments about unchecked development in the county while displaying a small American flag and a flyer about the county preliminary election. Now, didn't tell people to vote for her, so I don't know if that's... She basically showed a list of people and were like, these are people you can vote for that are not...
that sounds
heavy on
like it sounds
developers.
like a violation of the Hatch Act. In my
Well, I don't
opinion.
know. I'm not an attorney, so
Wait,
that's why
what's
they
the
hired
Hatchet
the
Act?
attorney, right?
The Hatch Act is like if you're in a position of power, you can't use that power to influence other people to vote from that position. Like as Parks and Recreation Director, I couldn't suggest people voting because it helped me get money.
Oh, I
money
see.
for
Gives you
money
leverage.
for my parks.
Okay.
You know, and
Oh,
so
interesting.
there's certain.
But you could
certain-
still sign a petition for like Free
yeah,
Britney
you can
or
sign
something.
a petition.
Okay.
You can actually even endorse people and stuff like that, but you can't in an open forum at work say, hey, like I couldn't go to Creeks Athletic Association, largest association, almost 50,000 people. I couldn't go there and give a speech for Sheriff Harwick.
Got it. Makes sense now. Okay, because it gives you leverage.
Well, it benefits and it gives an unfair advantage to the other candidates too.
Hatch Act. Okay, I learn something new every day.
So following the incident, the commission sought external legal opinions. Troy, can you shed any light on why they would have to go to an outside attorney? There's a county attorney, correct?
Yeah, and that's just because of the close proximity of working together. The county attorney works directly for the 5 commissioners. So he can't take a side one way or another. And if there was a decision that had to be made, there could be conflict with that could come back and create some backlash. So in this case, it's probably best for the own safety of the county attorney to not, to step away from it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That external opinion concluded that Joseph's remarks could be considered criminal election interference. That led to her censure by the commission on December 5th. Okay. So there was an argument. The incident happened, I guess, in November. Mm-hmm. They hired the attorney. They came back, and then they did the censure in December, I guess is how it reads here.
I guess that's how that folds out.
Yeah. Joseph's lawsuit responds to those actions, asserting that her First Amendment rights being infringed upon in this situation. She argues that the threat of criminal prosecution over her speech is an undue restriction on her political expression. In a detailed written response, St. Johns County Board of County Commissioners Chair Sarah Arnold defended the commission's stance. Arnold emphasized the importance of protecting First Amendment rights, but also they say she highlighted the necessity. Boy, I'm great at reading this morning. It's one of those mornings of maintaining civility and adhering to legal and ethical standards expected by public officials. She pointed to the external legal analysis suggesting that Joseph's actions likely violated state law by using her official position to influence elections. I will say, I don't know if it's the same thing, but a lot of people have pointed out that other commissioners have gone on tours to try and convince people to vote for that 1 cent sales tax increase again. Mm-hmm. And I mean, just like multi-area tours across the county to do those things, and recommended people voting for that 1 cent sales tax increase. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's a similar situation or if it's any different when you're telling people to vote for individuals rather than a bill or an ordinance or whatever you want to call that in that situation. But a lot of drama up there, man. Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, the commission has clashed with Commissioner Joseph since the beginning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're just not in line with what they want to do politically, I don't think. And we've seen kind of the fracture in the local Republican Party here. Mm-hmm. And, it seems like Commissioner Joseph is in one camp and the rest of the commissioners are in the other.
She's on one side, the other four in another. And it's... Yeah, no, I mean, and
you ever seen this before?
She kind of came. Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, so several different times, and sometimes those more, and I don't want to use the radical because it's a negative word. The more against the grain type candidates can take power, and it's you got to have some balance involved in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And her campaign was very contentious about the attack she had on the previous commissioner and some of the people that are sitting in the state level, which could have cost us money. We fortunately got all the money we need, but I can tell you, it's definitely happened. People like having that pushback. And I think it's good to question.
Yeah, absolutely.
The civility of it still has to be in place. The pushback's fine. Everybody should hear both sides of the story, and I think she's definitely doing that as her part. But I think it's the civility side of it, and
I think civility is a problem for both of these sides, honestly. In the county
and there
commission.
is a line that you need to kind of stay. I mean, you know, I always say government works at glacier speed, and that's because we don't want them to get too far away from the center.
Yeah.
You know, if they get too far away from the center one way or the other, it kind of throws off the balance of what we have going on in our world. So it's a balance. You know, definitely I don't want her to lose her voice and her questioning and stuff like that. But there's certain guidelines when you sign up for the job. You need to follow those guidelines. You're looked at as the person, you know, who's expected to follow the guidelines, or no one does. So.
Yeah, true. And it's very contentious on both sides. I mean, it's obvious that the other 4 commissioners do not like Krista Keating-Joseph, and she doesn't seem to like them either. So
they're just taking it up.
It just gets very personal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, to be honest, watching some of these county commission meetings where these 2 groups attack each other, it's pathetic. I mean, it's honestly pathetic to hear, you know, to hear these sides going at each other. It's pathetic on
both sides. Yeah.
Both sides, but honestly, it's a little more pathetic on the 4 commissioners' side, in my opinion, when you hear just their tones of voice talking to this woman who is also a county commissioner. It's disappointing. It's just disappointing. And lots of people are going to disagree with me, but that's the way I see it. It's like, it's very catty, it's very petty, the way that she's been treated since the beginning.
I can tell you don't have the whole story.
Well, nobody has the full story, right?
That's why I give everybody kind of the benefit of where they're at.
Well, the reality is the communication is just not a common ground there at all.
And
I'm just saying, from a purely outsider perspective, if I even know less than I do today, I would view it and say, what's the problem here? Why are these adults acting like this towards each other? I mean, we should be able to just at least talk civilly.
You want the real story, you can talk to staff. Because they get to see both sides constantly, every single day. But I can tell you, there's more to it. It's more personal in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I believe it.
There was an accusation of a dog attack.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
I heard about the dog attack.
The dog weighed 1 pound.
Yeah.
Did it attack somebody though?
No.
Those things are vicious.
No,
it did poop on the commission floor, right?
No. That didn't happen either.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, you heard
That's what I heard.
You heard it from the person that's now in
that's
federal,
a heck of an accusation
court.
to make up.
Exactly.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I wasn't there for any of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. We all have to rely on hearsay from both parties in this situation. I can just say, if you're watching it, if you're a citizen watching it for the first time, you're just thinking, these are our leaders. Why can't they be civil to each other? And that's everybody. That's everybody.
The whole thing. Like the argument. Last night, Mike and I really got into it, but we respect both sides' opinion. I still respect his. He still respects mine, and that's the way we've always been. Unfortunately, that's not the way our society is. So you have a different opinion, then all of a sudden it becomes personal. Like you're not allowed to think that way because I think this way. You're not allowed to think that way. Yeah. And that's the huge conflict that's happened in our entire world. It's so polarized about that. And, everyone has the right. That's why I said I don't want her to lose her voice, because I think the opposite side is important. So you look at it from, you look at it from both sides.
Yeah.
But I mean there's a level of civility that has to be in place, and both sides need to take a step back and say, okay,
I agree.
Us figure this out.
Let's regroup.
We're running a $1 billion company.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what these 5 are doing. And that's our money. So, take a step back, deep breaths, do what you were there to voted to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be a very interesting election this year. We've got elections in St. Johns County this year. I don't know how that county commission shakes out, man. We got a lot of folks getting in this race. A lot of folks that I know are already in that are kind of on that Joseph side of things, and that's kind of who comprises the most vocal side of the Republican Party here in St. Johns County at this very moment. Yeah. So it
is definitely the squeaky wheel side. Yeah. I don't know if they have the numbers, but it is the squeaky wheel side.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because that's kind of the Trump side, and
yeah.
I think it is. That's what it seems like to me. And talking to some of these folks, it seems like that's and I don't know. DeSantis obviously is a guy who had a hand in getting a lot of those county commissioners out there on the board. A handful of them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It seems like the DeSantis-Trump thing is clashing at our own local level.
She was against one of the good old boys, which was more of a Trump-DeSantis guy.
Oh.
And so I wouldn't. It's like I said, I don't want to stifle her voice because I think it's important to have that. But she was not, one of the placements type situation.
Right.
She beat a candidate that had raised 5 times more money.
Right.
So she gets great respect for that and her campaign and what she did. But she's not. The other group are more, I would consider, involved in the older base Republican instead of the new
face Republican.
The new a scream from the rooftop Republicans.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. The campaign, I have a feeling, is going to be nasty.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
It is going to be rough.
It's going to be interesting to see what they throw at some of these people. And that one got pretty nasty with the flyers and the things that were accusations that were out there.
Flyers.
Yeah.
No, there was
some of these flyers that politicians do, boy, are just so goofy. I remember one from a guy who lost a few years ago, but I could never get enough of it. And I don't know if he still works in Flagler or not. And Troy, you know who I'm talking about.
He doesn't.
There was a musket. Yeah. There was a musket in one of these flyers, like an old school, like 1800s musket.
Don't make me pee. Come on.
Using one of these, which is pretty hilarious.
He was dressed. He was a reenactor as Patrick Henry also.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
He was a reenactor as Patrick Henry also.
So he was in full Patrick Henry garb.
Oh yeah. And he's a close friend, and I busted on him so hard.
Yeah, it seems like a nice guy. I met him during that campaign when I was working for the radio station.
Yeah, and he lost by 7 votes to Waldron.
Right, that was the Waldron.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
7 votes to Waldron.
I'm telling you, if he wasn't dressed in that with the musket, he might have pulled that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely lost him 7 votes.
Vote for your colonial
Modern. 7 votes.
Exactly 7
I am
votes.
not going Amish on you. I'm going to vote modern. Yes.
Jeez, man. So
and Waldron was an underdog guy. I mean, that's the reason we have election days. I mean, he was kind of an underdog guy running up against a lot of money, which I can use Jerry's name. Jerry had a lot of money and raised a lot of money and worked hard on that. And, so sometimes the underdog wins.
Sometimes.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You guys think the national election is going to be interesting? Boy, this local stuff is going to get heated.
Yeah.
That's what I live for. I love it.
And that's the stuff that matters most. I mean, this is our money. This is our money they're playing with.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Our money and our lives and our area. This is the election that, you're right, Troy, impacts us the very, very most.
Yeah, city commissioners and county commissioners are the people that control more than what the argument we were having about the upcoming presidential election. It's very, very important, but the ones that are closest to us are more important. So,
yes, I totally agree. And that's part of the reason we're here, is to keep people up on that local stuff, man. Because to me, it is definitely more important to focus on the local elections, man. Okay, here's a really dicey situation with the Serenata Beach Club.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for months. You guys remember a couple of months ago, there was a rumor circulating that they were shutting down after a particular week. I don't remember the exact date, but I actually went down there, talked to a few people at the Serenata Beach Club.
I think it was Labor Day. It was like something noted, something very important.
Yeah, it was something like that. There was some sort of a holiday type party going on down there while we were there. But a lot of people expected them to be closed after that day. A lot of people expected that was going to be their last day. And a lot of people were frustrated because they had paid dues. And there's members out there, and it is not cheap to be a member out there.
No.
It is not cheap at all to be a Serenata Beach Club member.
There's an initiation fee, and then there's an annual fee.
Like $5,000 a year or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah.
And
Serenata Beach Club, by the way, is out there in kind of that Ponte Vedra, Volano area.
Yeah.
Around that big curve. It's that big part of that big hotel complex, right?
They moved A1A to build it.
Right.
That's right. Yeah. A1A had to kind of skirt around Serenata Beach Club. So went there, and it was very interesting because at the end, before I left, they had made an announcement that, oh, great, the funding came through. It's going to be okay. We've worked it all out. We're going to be able to keep going. It's going to be fine. So then this letter comes out yesterday. It came out just as we were ending our show, so we didn't have time to, or people started leaking it just as we were ending our show.
They sent it to their members in the middle of the night. Let's note that as well. Then
they sent it to their members in the middle of the night.
Right.
Okay, so the people woke up to this letter.
Right.
People who paid a lot of money woke up to this letter. So here is what the letter read. If you haven't seen it already, we posted it on our Facebook page, and I believe the Instagram page as well. It says, Dear Serenata members, it is with great sadness and disappointment that I type up this letter tonight. As is public knowledge, we were victims of a crime last year during the process of refinancing the club. We've been playing catch up ever since, and it's not been easy. I've been repeatedly promised by leaders that they could quickly close with us, only to be let down for one reason or another, losing valuable time. Somebody playing music out there?
I don't know.
Oh, we have some guests in the lobby.
Oh, would you mind asking them
I got you.
just turn the volume down on that a little bit? Thank you. We can hear it in here in the studio. I've repeatedly been promised by leaders. Our latest repositioning was supposed to be completed 3 weeks ago, and we continue to be promised that it is going to happen any day. Unfortunately, until that's finalized, it would be impossible to continue full-service club operations. And I don't have the details on what that specifically is, but it seems like they were operating all right when I was there a couple of months ago. It goes on, I have intentionally not sent out membership renewals because I will not take money for future services from loyal members who have stuck by us through these trying times without the assurance we could provide the service and amenities that you have grown accustomed to. As I write this, I continue to work diligently towards a permanent resolution that suits the needs of the amazing employees as well as you all. This is not to say that this may not happen in a matter of days or even hours, but it's not fair to the incredible staff to put them at risk of that not happening. Goes on to say, until we complete, it's a long letter. Until we complete the reorganizations process, we must temporarily cease all food and beverage operations. When we reopen, it will be because we can manage the operation properly for the foreseeable future. And at that time, you can feel confident in paying your yearly renewals. They say, please know I am devastated to have to share this with you. I will not stop working to make this right. I will never forget the loyalty of those who have stuck with us through these trying times. The kind words of so many of you have sent to me mean more than you will ever know. Thank you all, Molly Butler. Now, there were rumors around there, and I don't know how true this is, that there was somebody who was in a high position out there who had maybe run off with some money. I can't confirm that at all, but that was the rumor that was flying when we were there that day. It seems like there was just a financial commitment, according to this letter, that has not been met, or a renovation commitment that just hasn't been met. A lot of people did give kudos out to the Serenata Beach Club for putting out this very professional letter and letting people know, taking some accountability, and just letting people know what was happening. I guess it's a good thing that they're not taking any money from people right now. Go ahead, Troy. You want to say something?
Yeah, and I'm okay with the letter, and I understand they get in hard places. And the way I understood it, there was supposed to be a closing, and then the closing didn't happen on the property being bought. But like I said, that's all rumors. Also, where my thing is did they let the staff know of the food and beverage? Did they let the people know at that level, or did they find out the exact same time at 11:27 on PM?
Right, 11:27 p.m. was the letter was sent.
11:27 p.m. when it goes out. Like, these people might have been ready to show up for lunch, and this happens a lot in the restaurant world, where they show up for work and it's closed.
Yeah.
You've worked in the restaurant world.
That happened to me at Quincy's. When I was working at Quincy's, that's exactly what happened. You show up for work and everybody's gone.
And that's so wrong. I mean, did they give the staff a chance to go find another situation?
Yeah.
Because these people have families and bills to pay. And that's when I was reading that, I was thinking about the staff, like, man, how'd they handle that?
Yeah.
You know, this is easy to write this letter and still sound good and do the right thing on the letter.
Right, but how did they
you actually do the right thing by your people? So, and I don't know that answer.
Right.
So they might have, but I don't know that answer. And that's, as I was reading that, I was instantly going to the staff. So.
And I will say, when this happened to me at Quincy's, which is a much different, almost night and day, actually, restaurant scenario. But, I mean, up until, you know, I remember the night before, I had just started, like, officially waiting tables out there at Quincy's.
Yeah, you just got your promotion.
Yes, I just got my promotion. And, the night before, I had got word that it was closing, so I knew, but I kind of wanted to test them. And I was, I walked up to the management. I was like, man, I am loving doing this waiting tables thing. It's awesome. I made so much money. Thank you guys. And I'm so looking forward to doing this. Continuing to do this.
But you knew that it was done.
I knew it was done. They hadn't told anybody officially, and they just kind of went with it. They're like, yeah, we're looking forward to having you waiting tables and blah, blah, blah. You're doing great. And, and then the next day they were gone.
Yeah.
The next day they were out in the parking lot selling off the remaining yeast rolls.
Yeah. So
they were. They were literally out in the parking lot saying, we're selling off all the food. We're getting out of here.
You said yeast rolls. They're trying to flip some yeast rolls in the parking lot.
They were.
I've had 2 restaurants where I was doing trivia, and trivia is usually one of the busier nights. They literally will do trivia, and then be closed the next day because they knew they were going to make money that night.
Right.
And then be closed the next day. And then I'd have staff going, did you know? I was like, hell no, I didn't know. I was planning on being there next week.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't tell me anything.
Because there is kind of that double-edged sword of you want to take care of your people, but you also know, but you also know that as soon as you put word out that it's closing, half of your people are just going to quit. They're not going to come back. They're going to find something else. They're just not coming back, and you won't be able to finish out your last week or last couple of days. So that is a tough spot to be in as an owner, manager, in a situation like that. But boy, I just think it's always better to be totally upfront with people as much as you possibly can. I know you can't always let all the details fly, but you got to let people know that, hey, let's start looking for, just for you and your family, you might want to start looking for something else.
Things aren't going good.
Right. And you can tell things are a little different. The managers are super stressed out and they're sweating all the time, and it's just, you can kind of tell. We kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah, the math is mathing. I mean,
Quincy's.
Right.
Yeah. All right, man, let's jump into, we've got the Gas Buddy gas report here this morning.
Oh, good.
We got to tell you where you can get some good prices on gas. Feel free to drop that in the comments where you are seeing good prices for gas. We're going to start with the Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard. They are at $298. The Sunoco at 450 South Ponce de Leon Boulevard, $298. 146 King Street, our Shell there is at $302. The Owens at 780 South Ponce is at $302. The Mobile and Circle K, 800 South Ponce, $302 as well. We got the Shell at 2350 North Ponce de Leon Boulevard at $306. The Gate on Mizell Road, $309. And your Circle K on 207 at $209. Excuse me for 1 second. This is distracting as hell.
Have you...
Hey guys, can we please keep that down? Can we turn that? Yeah. Thank you.
So Costco's at $285. So thank you, Tim, for that. And the gas prices, they're not really jumping around a whole lot.
No, they're not.
No, they're staying
fairly steady.
Right there, steady.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's where you can budget for.
Yeah. And that's important because everyone's got to have gas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like groceries and gas are the things that really, you don't have a choice. You have to go to work and you have to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't go to lunch because I got to pay for those things.
Yeah, exactly.
It all piles up.
Yeah. I'm like ramen and peanut butter and jelly. That's pretty much.
Not hate, no, ham sandwich.
Well, if you get frustrated at how much the prices are going up and up and up.
Right.
And you decide to steal.
Great transition.
Well,
you're going to go to jail.
Yeah, you got to.
Hey, man, look, everybody makes bad decisions. We don't encourage you to steal. But if you do, and you can get out of jail, Chris Lucero is going to get you out of jail. 24/7 available for you to provide fast and reliable bail services. Give them a call, 904-822-BAIL. Don't forget that number. Some of you need to tattoo it on your forehead, 904-822-BAIL.
So write it backwards if you look in the mirror if you need a number.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You got it. Just put it on the forehead.
Can't you take a picture of it with the phone?
Yeah. Whoa, look at the innovation coming out of your mouth. I love it.
Beautiful. All right, live
People
music.
don't use mirrors anymore. They use their
No, they
phone.
don't. You use your phone. You really do.
Yeah, true. I used my FaceTime mirror.
We have got live music mic check time. Jolie, we love Jolie at the cellar upstairs at 1 o'clock. Heather Craig at Trade Winds at 1. We've got Ken Macy at the Milltop at 4:30. Mark Hart, Trade Winds Lounge at 5. Dewey Via, the Fish House and Oyster Company at 5. West Register, Mellow Mushroom, 6 o'clock. Yale Dre and Zaza Flamenca at River and Fort at 6. The new guys on the dock, Hurricane Patties at 6 o'clock. Connie Hahn, maybe
Yes,
Hahn.
huge jazz star.
Oh, that's
This is
right.
big time.
That's right.
Yes.
Shayla Moore, 7 o'clock tonight.
Love it.
Mason Jennings, Ponte Vedra Concert Hall at 7. The Space Heaters, Pierre's Pub at 7. Nick Simmons, Cafe 11 at 8 p.m. Heather Craig at Meehan's at 8. Live stream of Trade Winds bands happening at 8:30. And Trey Pierce. And the T-Stones, very talented folks.
Yeah.
I've heard them before. They've been at 90s Fest before. Great group. Catch them at Prohibition Kitchen tonight at 10 o'clock. Definitely don't miss out on that one if you can get down there.
Yeah, they got some talented musicians in there.
Very
I think
talented, man.
Trey won a Grammy or something with somebody. I can't remember
Right,
exactly
something
who it
like
was.
that.
T-Pain.
Yeah.
Huh?
T-Pain.
T-Pain.
T-Pain. He won a Grammy with T-Pain.
There you
Okay.
go. What did he do for T-Pain? Was he
I don't know
a
if he-
producer?
Yeah, he's like a producer, bass player kind of guy.
Okay.
He's a sick bass player, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Big deal. And they really crank out some amazing music.
Yeah.
They really do.
They do, and the guitarist does a really good Nickelback. So if
Yeah.
you're a Nickelback fan.
Is that the young guy?
Yeah,
with long hair.
I
The
think
guy's
he's-
from
isn't
Deland.
he
He's from Deland.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a Deland guy.
Oh, wow.
Does
Is everybody
Deland
from
sick.
Deland knowing other people are from Deland? Like, can you look at somebody and say, yeah, that guy's from Deland? Because I can look at people from St. Augustine and say, yeah, that person was born here.
Well, Deland people.
You can.
Deland people let me know when they're coming up a lot of times.
Okay.
Because they
Profiling.
want parking.
Yeah, there you go. There
So
you
they're
go.
like, hey, we're coming up to see this, and it's such and such his son. I mean, he's a pretty young dude. I think he's early 20s, but he's talented.
There's
cat.
a lot of talent that comes out of DeLand. I'm just going to say that.
It's a cool music town. It really, really is.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, if you say so.
No,
I mean,
Stetson, like
Stetson,
people pick on Flagler a lot of times, but there's a lot of talent that comes out of Flagler that stays in St. Augustine. Stetson's the same way. A lot of people go to Stetson, they fall in love with the town, and it creates a lot of great talent that comes in. So, that culture sprung from a lot of Stetson and not from the pig farms, just so we're clear about where that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very clear.
All right. Well, if you need to keep your pig farm cool, at least your barn house, you can call our friends at Griffin Home Services. They specialize in AC, plumbing, and electrical services, plus unique offerings like standby generators, water softeners, and gas work. They're the home of the free service call and upfront quotes. You can experience fast, friendly, and affordable service 7 days a week. Give them a call 904-500-2653 or visit griffinservice.com and see the Grifference. We've got a Florida Man Friday.
Yes.
This one is pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Has to do with the Mile High Club.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yep.
Yep. We get these every now and then. A lot of them seem to be Florida men. A lot of Florida Man Mile High Club stories.
I didn't know it was a Florida man.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang it. So we will tell you about that right after we tell you about our friends at Fidus Roofing. Hurricane season is over, but that means now is the best time to get your roof inspected so that you can document any damages and get those fixed before we get back into hurricane season. Still had some storms out. It doesn't really seem like hurricane season ever ended, but it officially did end, and we're about to get back into it here in just a few months. So make sure you check on your roof. So important. Give them a call, 904-355-ROOF.
They do pavers.
And gutters.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, STOITM Florida Man Friday brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds again. Florida Man tried to get flight attendants to join the Mile High Club on of course it was a Spirit flight. Of course it was a Spirit flight. Gee.
Yeah.
In an incident on a Spirit Airlines flight from Louisville to Orlando, a passenger, James Fidus. Huh?
Louisville.
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 Oh, Louisville.
Well, you
gotta say it with a marble
You gotta
mouth.
act like your tongue went numb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Louisville.
Let me try this again. In a disturbing incident on a Spirit Airlines flight from Louisville to Orlando.
So close.
Fake. So
Yeah, I
You
tried.
nailed it.
I tried.
Almost,
I tried.
A for effort.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Passenger James Finister, old sinister Finister, was arrested following a dispute and inappropriate behavior, according to a federal criminal complaint. Finister's actions on Flight 693 included making unwelcome advances towards flight attendants and expressing undue interest in the aircraft's cockpit.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Words of choice there.
Yeah, it's a lot like our story yesterday, where
he
there's a
was
lot of
going-
words in there that you can.
He was going for his interview to the Oscar Mayer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. He was flying out to the Wienermobile.
Right.
The complaint details that Finister propositioned the lead flight attendant, inviting her to join the Mile High Club. Oh, I'm sure she's had plenty of opportunities to do that with people who are not this guy.
Right.
A term referring to engaging in sexual acts while on board an aircraft. His inappropriate behavior escalated when he physically grabbed a second female flight attendant. That's where it really, really crosses the
broke
line.
the barrier.
Yep. Pulling her towards his seat and repeating the same proposition.
Oh, you can't do this. Yeah.
What is this guy thinking?
Sinister Finister.
Sinister Finister raised concerns among the flight crew with his questions about accessing the plane's cockpit. Yeah, why are we talking about the cockpit?
Too much.
It's a bathroom thing.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody does know that. It's a bathroom or a covers thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
They don't have blankets on Spirit.
no, then we got to bring your own blanket.
You do,
You got to
and
bring
they
your own
charge you
blanket
for that.
Yeah. This behavior, particularly in the heightened security environment of air travel, they say, added to the distress caused by his actions. Upon landing at Orlando International Airport, Orlando police officers confronted Sinister Finister. In his interaction with police, he confessed to his actions on the flight. Finister also mentioned that he had consumed several shots of alcohol prior. Yeah, that's the song he was listening to. Yeah.
Still got to keep your hands to yourself there, Sinister.
He says it was his first flying experience. So this is such a
You
this
didn't have a
is
chaperone.
got too drunk.
And he went Spirit.
right. He did this all wrong.
Not the way to go as a rookie.
Nah.
He did this all wrong.
I don't even know if they have seatbelts. They have like a rope.
No camping chairs in there. Is that even bolted to the ground?
Jeez.
Finister is now facing federal charges for interfering with the performance of flight crew duties, which is a serious offense given the importance of flight safety and crew authority. During his recent court appearance, the judge allowed him conditional release from custody with the requirement that he attend future court dates.
Stay away from the tequila there, big guy.
Yeah, handsy.
It's going to cost you a lot of money. Those were some expensive shots.
Yes, they were. Yeah, and the most expensive Spirit Airlines ticket ever purchased.
Well, I mean, I was going to make a joke about he probably thought they didn't make a whole lot, so he was trying to proposition them that way, but this guy just sounds like
Right.
This
Yeah.
guy just sounds like
Hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff going on in his life.
Might need a little therapy.
Yeah.
Sinister Finister.
He's on a no-fly list after his first flight. Geez, that's not how you do it.
Well, don't go on the trains.
Yeah. Or the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Might just stay
Stay
home.
home.
Yeah. Good idea.
Stay in Louisville.
Yeah. Go to church.
All right, man. The Florida Department of Transportation District 2 is holding 2 critical meetings regarding the replacement of the seawall along A1A from the Bridge Alliance to Charlotte Street. That's interesting. These meetings are part of the Project Development and Environment Study, which is focused on evaluating alternatives for replacing existing seawall, that's nearing the end of its service life.
Okay,
say.
I'm super confused. The Bridge Alliance to Charlotte.
To Charlotte. That doesn't, yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Along from the Bridge of Lions to Charlotte Street.
That makes it like a force field.
You know, what the,
Yeah.
Well,
It's a diagonal.
we're not going to be able to drive on Avenida Menendez anymore.
Build a wall.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a typo. This could be just somebody who wrote the story that just
Around
doesn't.
the area. So it's
Yeah.
Bridge
Yeah.
of Lions, like almost to the fort.
Castillo de San
Yeah, yeah.
Marcos.
That's
Yeah.
what they should have went with. Okay. Because Charlotte Street's over here.
Right.
Right. Oh, good.
Let's see. To ensure community involvement and feedback, FDOT has arranged for both virtual and in-person meetings. So you should check this out online if you can't be there in person. Details on participation. The virtual meeting going to be Tuesday, January 23rd, with a no in-person option available. Link to register is at citysainaug.com. The virtual open house, 5:30 to 6 p.m. A presentation and public comment period begins at 6 p.m. The listen-only option is available at 877-309-2071, so you can call in on the phone and just hear what's going on. That audio access code will be 304-978-247. I'm sure everybody will remember that.
247.
And the in-person meeting happening Thursday, January 25th. There's going to be an open house from 4 to 6 p.m. A presentation and public comment period begins at 6 p.m. And the location will be at City Hall, Alcazar Room, 75 King Street, St. Augustine. Public comments can be submitted during both meetings. Emailed to FDOT Project Manager Daniel Penniman. Daniel Penniman. At daniel.penniman@dot.state.fl.us.
Good one.
Everybody's going to remember that one too.
Somebody go and take notes.
They'll remember Finister.
Yeah, always.
They'll remember Finister for sure. Or you can mail those to FDOT's District 2 office. All comments, regardless of the method of submission, will be given equal consideration, they say. The deadline for comments to be included in the formal record is February 5th, 2024. So there you go. Be a part of that and figure out more about what it's about. The seawall nearing the end of its life, they say. Okay. Mm-hmm. Troy, how do you want to hit the comments, man?
I'm going to fight my way through the findings of our fabulous friends.
F yeah.
All right.
As you do that, I'll remind everybody that Bozard and Floyd sets the standard that your home is more than a house. It is where your memories are made. They provide peace of mind and insurance to protect your biggest investments. Having a reliable local insurance agency like Bozard and Floyd with over 40 years of experience in homeowners, auto, commercial, and benefits can be a valuable asset in navigating the unpredictable insurance market. They have the experience to help you find the right coverage for your needs. Christy is readily available at their St. Augustine office, conveniently located in South Park, right across from the UF Hospital. Give them a call, 904-794-5455, or visit them at 165 South Park, Suite C. And then, of course, our great friends at Willow Mane Beauty Bar, your hair's best friend. If you are tired of looking tired, head over to Willow Mane. They can help with that. Feeling like your hair's in a rut? Willow Mane is your hair hut. Not sure where to fix your frame? Take your mug to Willow Mane. From classic highlights to hair extensions, whether your hair is oily, crunchy, curly, straight, limp, or a little bit of a wimp, they'll whip it and clip it into shape. Don't let a hair emergency stress you out. Give them a call today. Book your next appointment. Check out their latest specials on their Instagram at Willow and Mane Beauty Bar. And Dudes, Men's Day is Wednesday.
Great people at Willow and Mane.
What you got, Troy? Yeah, they are.
All right. So it's MLK weekend, so it's going to be a long weekend. We won't be here on Monday.
Correct.
And some people are requesting that Jerry come back with the chopper, but I don't know if Jerry's.
We've heard that
if
a
his
lot.
court case is off or not.
Right. Yeah.
There was also, I heard there might be a new carousel coming in town.
I saw this.
Yeah,
I
so
saw
I-
pictures of this.
so I didn't
But it
know.
could be
Is this a joke
fictitious.
on me?
Yeah,
It could be
might be
fictitious.
someone messing with. That's what I was going to say.
Right.
Somebody
I think
just
it's somebody messing with me.
I actually
Okay.
believe that.
Yeah.
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 Let's not give them too much
Thank you,
airtime.
Justin Dolan, for the stars. Appreciate that. And it seems like lunch was around $20 to $25 is where people were at. But most people said just pack your own lunch.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best move. It's wild because it's getting just as expensive to buy lunch every day from the store as it is to go out and eat lunch. It's just not a good spot.
Yeah.
All right. STOITM stat, Troy.
All right. STOITM stat 1904.
Okay, my favorite year.
1904. 1904.
That's it.
All right. Henry Ford breaks the land speed record on a frozen lake in Michigan. All
Oh,
right?
wow.
You guys want to take a guess at what that land speed record was in 1904?
120 miles an hour.
62 miles per hour.
30.
All right. It was 91 miles an hour. You guys.
Wow.
Somewhere
Actually,
between,
pretty good
you
median,
two.
yeah.
Not too far off.
Okay.
All right. It was 91.37 miles an hour. The next month, it was broken in Ormond Beach on the beach. But this, Henry Ford had 2 failed businesses before he did this. He got into the racing to kind of boost his, and he had just opened the Ford company, which became one of the big 3. So this is what launched Ford Motor Company in a lot of ways. He hadn't invented or created the assembly line at this point and some of those things to make it where it's lower cost. But it kind of made Henry Ford a household name. Which made Henry Ford relevant in the car
space
business world. So,
Awesome.
so 1904 is when Henry Ford kind of made his chops.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
Interesting
great.
guy. I mean, he was not a friendly guy all the time either. So,
Really?
yeah. Will Barnes gave me a great book about Henry Ford. So
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, that, of course, brought to us by St. Augie's Pizza. Got to get down there between Ribeira and ML King. Get one of those Cuban pizzas or anything else they have. It's absolutely amazing. It's delicious. It's my favorite pizza spot. It will be yours, too. St. Augie's Pizza right in between Ribeira and ML King.
Yeah.
What you got, Troy?
There's wonderful people. And last night we invaded Augie's After Bollocks, and they were starting to put the chairs up and stuff like that. It was one of those moments, but they were so friendly and just kind of put up with our chaos. We used the guilt. It was Blake's birthday.
Okay. All right. Did Blake have a good birthday yesterday?
Yeah. I think he had a great time all day, and like everyone have a fun long weekend, MLK weekend. So
Yeah. Davey, what you got for plugs?
I just want to tell everybody to check out the St. Augustine Film Festival this weekend. We've got some incredible celebrities in town. I know at 3 o'clock today, we're going to be talking to some exceptional musicians.
Awesome.
Talking about Immediate Family documentary. I can't wait. This is like, some Jackson Brown, James Taylor, Carole King, Linda Ronstadt, Phil Collins' people. I'm very excited to dive in with Leland and Denny this afternoon.
Very good. Clay, what you got?
Nothing much.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. You guys have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Davey and I'll talk to you at 3.
bye-bye.